Raymond Kolbe was born on January 8, 1894. He was born in the Kingdom of Poland, which was ruled by Russia. Raymond was a wild, mischievous child, and very often tested the patience of his parents. This all changed when near the time of his first communion, Raymond got a vision of the Virgin Mary. "Raymond, my son." "Who said that? Who is speaking to me?" "Raymond, be not afraid. It is me, Mary, Mother of God." "Raymond, are you willing to accept either of these crowns? This one meaning you shall persevere in purity, this one meaning you becoming a martyr." "I will accept both." Shortly after this, at age 13, Raymond entered the Franciscan Junior Seminary in Poland, where he excelled in math and physics. For some time, Raymond wanted to abandon the priesthood for the military. At age 16, Raymond eventually heard his calling to the religious life, and on September 4th, 1910, he became a novice in the Franciscan order and took up the name Maximilian. Maximilian studied philosophy at the Jesuit Gregorian College and theology at the Franciscan College in Rome, and while still in the seminary, he and 6 friends founded the Immaculata movement. For a while, Maximilian went from Poland to Japan to spread the magazine he started, called Night of the Immaculate. Poor health prevented him from traveling and forced him to continue his missionary work in Poland, where his monastery started to house a community and started its own radio station. Following the Nazi invasion of Poland, Maximilian and 7 of his brothers were arrested on September 19, 1939. They were later released, but Maximilian was imprisoned again on February 17, 1941. Maximilian was transferred to Auschwitz and was supervised by very abusive guards. His dedication to his faith brought him the hardest jobs and more beatings than anyone else. At one point, he was beaten and was left to die, but the prisoners with him smuggled him into the camp hospital, where he spent his recovering time hearing confessions, celebrating Mass, and delivering communion. In July 1941, 10 prisoners had escaped from the camp. The guards had said that 10 people must die to make up for the 10 that had escaped. 10 prisoners were selected, but Maximilian took place of 1 prisoner because that prisoner had a family back home. The guards put the 10 prisoners in an underground cell in which they were to starve to death. Maximilian never asked for anything and never complained. He even encouraged others that they would make it out alive. After 2 weeks, almost all the prisoners had died except Maximilian and a couple prisoners. The guards wanted the cell cleared, so they killed the remaining by lethal injection. St. Maximilian Kolbe lived his life loving God with all his heart, mind, and soul by becoming a Franciscan friar and by dedicating his life to the faith. While imprisoned in Auschwitz, St. Maximilian Kolbe exemplified loving his neighbor as himself by not asking for anything, by not complaining, and by not hating the guards that put him to death, but by forgiving them.